in state court, the state court judges hear criminal misdemeanor cases as well as civil cases. And I'll start with the criminal misdemeanor cases. Statistics show in DeKalb County that about 60% of the judge's caseload involve the criminal cases. And again, these are misdemeanor cases, which are crimes that are punishable up to $1,000 or up to 1 year in jail. Now, not every defendant will get a sentence of the max, but it just depends on the actual crime. So, for example, some of the things that state court judges hear in some of the cases that I've prosecuted include DUIs, domestic violence cases, death by shoplifting, possession of marijuana cases, educational neglect is another one. And I like to tell the citizens of DeKalb that you will likely come into some type of interaction with the courts through the state court in DeKalb County more than recorder's court as well, but definitely more than superior court or maybe even magistrate court, because in the state court you have very minor traffic tickets that may actually end up in state court. You have a right to a jury trial in these cases, and if you go to recorder's court, you can ask for that jury trial, and then those cases get bound over to state court. So we hear accident cases that involve someone following too close or running a red light, speeding tickets, speeding anywhere from over 10 miles per hour to upwards into 100 miles per hour in the 55 mile per hour zone. So and then if you do not come into interaction as a violator of some type of traffic law, you may actually come in contact as a victim. We have a lot of citizens of DeKalb, unfortunately, who are victims of crime, and so they also come to court and make sure that justice is done in their cases. In addition to that, citizens of DeKalb sit as jurors, obviously, so you may come into interaction in that way, and have the opportunity to serve by hearing matters in which the defendant or plaintiffs or respondents in civil matters have asked for a jury trial. And so those are some of the criminal cases that state court judges hear. Now, on the other side, there are civil matters, and a large number of the cases that are filed in state court involve contract disputes. I've had the opportunity to actually, in my practice, although most of my time as a lawyer has been as a prosecutor, I did spend 2.5 years with the state of Georgia working with a human resources agency, and the bulk of what I did was negotiate and draft contracts. And so a lot of times, things happen, contracts are breached for whatever reason, and then there's litigation. And so, a lot of those matters are actually end up before a state court judge. And then, of course, you have your personal injury matters or other business-related matters that may end up in front of a state court judge. So state court, there are a number of things that occur. And again, I like to just remind the citizens in DeKalb County that because of my relationship in the community, because of my service as a prosecutor, and being a native of DeKalb, I believe I can offer a unique perspective to when you may actually have an opportunity to interact with the state court.